Woo! Beautiful day, Thursday, August 15th, 2024. It's 10:48. Holy smokes. We got a real late night live coming, and it wouldn't be a late night live without me strolling in a couple minutes late. But listen, if you're sitting there getting annoyed at me, think for a second. Am I live late without purpose? Absolutely not. I'm a purposeful man. The reason that I'm late is because I had to get the video that I'm releasing immediately after this live stream uploaded and finished. Because when this live stream is done, I'm dropping a video, a banger video, a video that I can't wait to release. The Worst-Case-Scenario series for the pay-per-views continues. UFC 305 edition. Let me know what you think of the thumbnail. I don't know. I had to do the purple for Adesanya because I felt like it was the right move. That's how it's going to look. I'm looking forward to dropping it. I got it just sitting there. I got it already uploaded. It's just not public. I got it on YouTube, though. It's ready to go. That thumbnail is going to be dropping soon. You're going to see it in your feed. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the love on the thumbnail. So that is the plan following this show. We're going to talk the card in the most chill manner. Mano, I sound like I'm French, bro. I've been hanging out with this French guy. It's cousins with Benoit Saint-Denis, man. It's going to be in the most casual manner possible for UFC 305. That's the plan for me. I did not accidentally make it public. I see it right here. If I accidentally made it public, I would immediately unpublish it. Jake Beebe, thank you for the 5. You're a gangster. The I don't know, the word is rolling. The super chat's rolling. Donald Train rolling. I'm getting brain farts today. I won't lie to you guys. I ripped the bong earlier. 2 rips, and I'm telling you, I was in fucking outer space. You can show clips of your BKFC footage. What are you saying you want me to do? The BKFC takeover video. As much as it sounds like a cool idea, I don't know if I'm craving it, man. I like the UFC the most right now. Always. AJ, have you seen how the fighters will only have a 24-hour right hydration clause compared to 34? You think this affects them? Definitely affects the guys cutting a lot of weight. The fucking weigh-ins tomorrow are on at 11 p.m. at night. So the weigh-in show is not going to release until like 1 in the morning tomorrow. I'm pretty annoyed about that. Hey, Paku, enjoy, man. I'm glad you're in Perth. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Let's go. Think about dropping some D-Gen PFL parlays. Good luck, man. PFL locks. Leave me alone with this PFL stuff, guys. Me and PFL are on weird terms. I had a great day. I just got 2 stoned earlier. But listen, I got a good video that I'm going to drop after this stream. So before we get into things with the late night live and do the casual breakdown of the card, I want to discuss last week's people's picks because if you know, every week I find out what the subscribers are thinking, and we do live viewer polls. Last week, you guys started off with Luciano, got a W there, followed up by Zalal, got a W there, but you guys took a L. You decided to go with Carl Williams when I picked Johanata Deniz. Lost for you guys. You guys won with Hossa. Confident pick by the people. Gregorio got killed. Chandler got killed. Gutierrez won, Barlow won, Mariscal won, Spivak won. So the people took 1, 2, 3 losses home yesterday. So 7-3 for the people last week, not yesterday, and me going 7-3 as well. So both of us 7-3. We're tied. PFL, more like PF smell. That's funny as fuck. Jake Beebe, thank you for getting the Donald Train rolling. And Beavis, I saw what you were saying, man. I'm just I don't know, man. I don't think BKFC is taking over the UFC. Press conference in 5 hours. What the fuck they doing a 4 a.m. press conference for? So annoying. Yoel Perez, thank you for the $5. Smashing the Erceg, Gamrot, and Jenkins picks. Love you, man. Good luck to everyone this betting weekend. Hey, Joel Perez, good luck to you, my man, and I appreciate the dono. Hell yeah. Listen, if you guys are PFL lovers, that's fine. Listen, UFC is MMA. It's the king of MMA. If I'm doing fucking NFL talk and it's football experts, because I don't talk about the fucking Arena Football League, am I not the same? I'm not a casual, bro. I just know the truth. PFL is mid. PFL is mid, bro. And that's it. And you guys know it too. AJ, I'm looking extremely forward to seeing the weigh-in recap, bro. I'm excited to see what you say. And if their faces look sunken, yeah, useless. I'm hyped too, bro. That'd be a fun one. PFL, let me tell you guys, man. PFL's tournament thing is killing them. They fight smart. They don't fight to entertain, bro. At the end of the day, you get points or whatever. AK, it says AJ, the casual AJ, the Dana lover. Listen, bro, Dana White is the reason the UFC is as big as it fucking is, bro. Don't disrespect it. I'll watch the Francis Ngannou PFL fight. I'll watch that. Dude, I still watch the PFL fucking main and co-main event last card. I still tuned in. I like the girl that's good over there. She's looking solid. The name's escaping me, but she's good. She's undefeated. The point system to have is pretty smart since it rewards finishes. Yeah, there's no elbows. I'm surprised you cover BKFC but not PFL. On the channel, I haven't been covering either, bro. I've been covering the Heat. I've been covering Contender Series too. Bro, I'm doing Contender Series content. To me, covering Contender Series is good shit. I don't need to cover PFL, man. If I feel like it, I'll cover the PFL championship. If I feel like it. If I feel like it's the right move. But I'm interested in the UFC. At the end of the day, PFL's not moving it. I don't know, man. I'm 50-50 on the press conference. I'll definitely watch at some point, but I don't know if I'm going to do a watch along. I don't know if I want to get up at 3:40 and then do the 4 a.m. watch along. Especially that it's already almost 11 here. Even though Dana whacks off to Jones, he's done some crazy shit for the MMA world in general. Grateful. Same, Miller time. The thing is, I would do the PFL championship. I'd save it for then. Hey, let's go, useless. AK, the thing is, there's a lot of content. If I was deprived of content, it's one thing. But, bro, I've had content every day. Dylan Summers, thank you for gifting a month of membership, my man. I appreciate you. If you guys don't know, you just tuned in. Listen, I am dropping a video immediately following this. I'm dropping the video that you're seeing right in front of you. It is a worst-case scenario UFC 305. Right at the end of the stream, I'm going to upload it, and then we're going to make it happen. So let's fucking do it, bro. Mark, I hope you're all right. If I was you, I would just do muscles that don't hurt your hips. We're going to get into the breakdown in a second. I'm going to throw the poll up for the first fight of the night. Let's get it started. We got flyweights kicking it off. Bana, 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 bana. Bana, 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 bana. All right, poll is up. And let's make it happen. All right, let's scroll on down. Starting the card off in the flyweight division, we got Stewart Nicoll versus Jesus Aguilar. And also, guys, if you're watching, make sure you smash the like button. I'm going with Stewart Nicoll to get a win, even though he's completely unproven. I think he's got the grappling chops to deal with Aguilar. Now, I wouldn't run out and bet Stewart Nicoll. I don't think he's a good bet at minus 240. And I understand people with the mentality of taking Aguilar because he has 2 wins in the UFC. He's on a win streak. He's knocked out an Australian before in Shannon Ross. He's definitely got a decent game. But if Stewart Nicoll's as good on the ground as it's seeming that he is, I feel like he's going to end up looking pretty good out wrestling Jesus Aguilar here. So I am going with Stewart Nicoll to start the night off, but betting-wise, it sucks. Paku, thank you for the 5. Press conference today, then head into the Perth Casino for Q&A later. Going to drop some big BJ hands. Be careful fading my boy Kai Kara-France this weekend. Thank you, Paku. And yeah, I'm fading him, bro. I'm fading your boy. I'm going for Erceg, baby. I'm going for the king of Best Buy taking it out. Thank you, Paku, and good luck. Enjoy yourself at the event. Thank you for getting the dono train rolling. Stewart Nicoll's a really chalky favorite, and as good as his grappling is, Jesus Aguilar is not defensively flawed on the ground. Though he's got 2 losses by submission in the past, do you really want to bet Stewart Nicoll? I guess I don't think it's worth it at minus 230 I'm looking at right now to bet on somebody with just 8 pro fights and is unproven, but he is going to be the pick to win. It's flyweight, so they probably go over 2.5 at minus 150. But note that Stewart Nicoll has finished 7 out of his 8 fights. Jesus Aguilar has only been the distance 3 times in his fighting career. So 10 finishes, and some of them is him getting finished. So I guess 8 finish wins, or rather 7, with 3 decision wins. I'm going with Stewart Nicoll to take a W home. That's how we're starting the card off. Stewart Nicoll for the win. I think he gets it. It's competitive, but he should pull through. AJ, what do you think about Izzy making that weird comment about Dricus's balls and dick? Because you said private area, but I'll just keep it X-rated. Pretty weird. He's trying to hype some shit up. This Adesanya's got weird shit talk, man. He's a little bit interesting with the way he talks his shit. He takes it to a weird zone. He takes it to a weird place. Your granny Chin Chen and Ross, and she died in 2014. That's pretty fucking funny. You guys think Tai is losing? We'll talk about that fight soon. Don't disrespect Tai this early on. But either way, guys, this first fight, I'm picking Nicoll. So are you guys. I just don't feel like it is a valuable bet. 63% of the people are on Stewart Nicoll. There's still a little Aguilar love in the chat, but it's nothing substantial, which I didn't expect it to be anything substantial either. So listen, we're going to keep running up the card. I'm going to get the poll set up for our next fight on it. I'm pretty excited for this next fight. It's actually a really cool clash of styles. Both guys towards, the later stages of their careers, but that doesn't mean it's not a great fight. And I think there is a good chance that this next fight brings some violence and gets some finishes started off for this card. Let's get it. Next fight on the card. Poll is already up. We got Song Kenan versus Ricky Glenn. I think Song is going to take home a knockout win. Rick Glenn hasn't really looked good in a long time. Aside from a quick knockout of Joaquim Silva and a good moment in the 3rd round against a gas Grant Dawson in 2021, he's coming off 2 straight knockout losses to Drew Dober and Christos Yagos. Before the fights with Dawson and Silva, in 2018, he lost a decision to Kevin Aguilar. I just don't feel like Rick Glenn has the skills to deal with Song. Song's been pretty consistent with fighting. Yeah, he's taken some L's, lost to Ian Gary, but he did drop him, beat Rolando Bedoya, and then lost to Kevin Jousset. But he had a couple moments against Jousset, who's a relatively quality fighter and trains with Israel Adesanya. I think Song has a pretty massive striking advantage. I think Song has a pretty massive power advantage too. He's got the athleticism on Ricky Glenn. I don't really think Glenn has any advantage. The only way I could see Glenn winning is potentially by locking up a submission. He does have 5 wins by sub, but Kenan Song has never been submitted as a pro, and he's got 9 wins by submission too, opposite 9 knockouts as well. Song's pretty well-versed in his finishing ability, and I think that makes it because he's essentially a well-rounded guy. So I think Kenan Song is a lock. I got him as a honorable mention, most confident pick, but he's definitely, like, odds-wise, a really good call. He's not a large favorite by any stretch. He's currently sitting at minus 180, whereas Rick Glenn's plus 155. The over 1.5 is a maybe, but not worth throwing down on. I think Song by KO at plus 100 is very live. I'm picking Kenan Song. Ricky Glenn does not have the striking. Ricky Glenn is not going to be able to keep up with him on the feet. He's going to get bullied standing up, and he is going to get laid down. I think we're going to see Song drop some hammers on Rick Glenn's face and knock him the fuck out. It should be a pretty one-sided fight. I think Song is a pretty decent play in a parlay. And I also think the money line isn't crazy because you're not even at 2-1 odds. And I feel like Song has such an edge over Rick Glenn at this point. Now, note something. This fight is taking place at 170 pounds. Rick Glenn is putting on some weight, moving up to the welterweight division. Song Kenan, a little bit naturally thicker than Rick Glenn, who's a pretty skinny guy. And maybe Glenn's chin is better because he's not cutting as much weight, but I don't even think so. I think he's going to get KO'd. I'm going Song Kenan by knockout. I think it's a high likelihood outcome in this one. Song fought Izzy. Yeah, some years. Isn't that crazy? Some years ago we fought Izzy. It's a pretty high caliber experience to have. Glenn said in an interview he doesn't care about the fight. He's doing it for fun than prior retiring. So smash that Song money line. Look at that. I was confident in Song besides all of the talk of Rick Glenn with the retirement and whatnot. I think Song is a really good pick, man. And I think Song is a good parlay piece as well. So Kenan Song, high confident call from me. Wow. He is a 97% pick from the people. Pretty much everybody is picking Kenan Song in the chat. That's pretty insane. So listen, that's the people's lock so far. That's a big call. And I think you guys are right. I'm feeling the same way. A Rick Glenn win would be relatively shocking. Now, not as shocking as this next one. We're going to get the poll up for our next fight on the card. If you guys are watching and enjoying too, I would like to see 100 likes here before we get to the main event. So make sure you guys smash that like button. If it's your first time on the channel, we just hit 35,600 subscribers, which is pretty badass. And closing in on 36,000 for this weekend. So make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. The fight is not at 155. That was a mistake by Tapology that had us all confused because I was thinking initially this was at 55. But no, it was corrected. It is at 170. And I think even more of an advantage towards Song Kenan. Now, the poll is already up for our next fight on the card. We're going to jump into it. We're going to make it happen. Next fight, we got Tom Nolan versus Alex Reyes. This is a fight between a 37-year-old part-time fighter and a 24-year-old full-time fighter. If somehow Alex Reyes is able to win this fight and knocks out Tom Nolan, that would be rather shocking. You can say what you want about Tom Nolan's chin, and I've said it this week already. I think that his stand-up is very offensive, but defensively, he's very flawed. Reason being, if you look at Tom Nolan, you immediately think no chin, but it's not about him not having a chin. It's that he fights pretty upright and tall, but lacks much head movement, and he doesn't roll with shots because he's rather stiff. Now, this does allow him to generate a lot of power into his strikes, and that's why you see him with a good amount of knockouts. But he is a little bit flawed on the feet. Thing is, Alex Reyes is 37. Alex Reyes has not won a fight since 2017. So Alex Reyes has never won a UFC fight, but he hasn't won a fight since 2017. Bro, I graduated high school in 2017. He hasn't won a fight in a very long time. He was also brutally knocked out by Mike Perry in his UFC debut. And then he was brutally knocked out in his comeback fight. You know what's weird? This is fucking weird. He fought Mike Perry September 16th, 2017. He also fought Charlie Campbell September 16th, 2023. So, shit, September's not his month. But listen, if you're looking for confidence, note something. In August, he's undefeated. Never taken an L in August. 3 of his 4 losses are losses in September. So, August might be his month. I don't think he's beating Tom Nolan, though, regardless of all the bullshit that I'm saying. There's no chance. Come on. Come on. Tom Nolan has got to kick his ass. Under 1.5, very likely. I think the money line is shit. Tom Nolan's 1,150 is the favorite. Reyes plus 750. Under 1.5 rounds, minus 190. If this fight went long, it'd be pretty surprising. If you look at Alex Reyes, right, he has 9 first-round knockout wins opposite 3 first-round knockout losses. He also has 2 subs in the first round. He also has 2 subs now in the 4th round. It's crazy. He hasn't gone distance in a fight since, I don't even know. These are California regional scene fights that don't even have the method of victory, bro. Guys he was fighting early on in his career don't even have Tapology pages. He's got 3 fights against guys with NA records and no Tapologies, bro. So as far as I'm concerned, he's 10-4 and he's 37. He's not a full-time fighter. He was never as good as Tom Nolan. He's not as good as Tom Nolan now. He's going to kick his ass. Like, come on. Tom Nolan is going to whoop Alex Reyes' ass, bro. And if that doesn't happen, it is an insane upset. Now, the odds suck. You can't really moneyline anything. The under is live. You could go, Nolan by knockout. Where's the value there? It's still shit. Nolan by knockout minus fucking 400. There's really not much you can do with this fight. It's shit. But it's all right. It's still a ass whooping incoming. Tom Nolan for the win. He's not selling against a fucking 37-year-old Alex Reyes who doesn't fight full time. Like, if you look at Tom Nolan, oh, yeah, he got fucking knocked out. Yeah, okay. So what? He got knocked out by Nicholas Mota. Would Mota not devastate Reyes in a punch? I think Victor Martinez has probably beaten Alex Reyes. The only reason Alex Reyes is on the roster is because his brother. Truth. Rusty Moore, thank you for the $5. I got a 6-leg parlay of Song, Nolan, Jenkins, Prates, Gamrot, and Erceg. 65 going to pay about 350. Going to bet some singles too. Seems like a good betting card. I think you got some live calls, my brother. Rusty Moore, thank you for the $5. I hope you turn that money all the way up. Cash that nice 350. Buy yourself maybe a nice steak dinner or something like that. Thank you for getting the dono train rolling, my man. Big W. Big W. Why the hell even include Nolan at those odds? No, I'm not telling you to include him in a parlay, but the under's live. He's going to win. That's it. He's going to win. He's not going to lose, bro. He's not going to lose. He's not going to lose. If he loses this fucking fight, shame to society. If he loses this fight, Tom Nolan will never be seen again. Tom Nolan is going to disappear into the abyss of fighters who had a couple UFC fights and then lost and just rode off into not even the sunset, man, more of like the rainy night. Jersey Girl wants 100 likes because I didn't get a sweet treat yesterday because it didn't happen. We're going to get 100 likes. That's a lock. I think we should shoot for 150 likes, maybe even 200. Ed, thank you for 199. Let's get this shamoney. Jenkins inside distance, Erceg, Prates. Let's get it. It's going to happen. If somehow, we'll get to the Jenkins fight. We'll get to it soon. We're getting to everything very soon. Let me close out the poll on this one. Okay, Nolan had 88%. I didn't copy and paste it. I don't think you put it in the description yet. Yeah, I didn't do it. Somehow Nolan, though, is a smaller people's pick than Song. That's kind of weird. That's really weird. That's weird as hell. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Thank you guys for the love. Catch You Slipping says, what's up, AJ? We appreciate all the work and grind you put in, brother. Thanks, homie. Shout out AJ. Killed the last 2 cards. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you a lot. Listen, let's get 200 likes up in here. Then you get 2, Jersey Girl. Nolan trash going for Hail Mary. Bro, there's better bets to make than trying to bet the underdog of fucking Alex quarter-time fighter Reyes. Come on. All right, let me keep running. I got more fights to talk about. I got to get this next one up. We got to make this magic happen. I'm really excited to talk some shit about this one. This fight's going to be a good chat. This fight's going to be a good chat. This fight's going to be a good one. All right. Poll is up, and I am going to scroll up. We have Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. If this is not a lock, I don't know if a lock exists anymore. Herbert Burns is a certified quitter. He is not a full-time fighter. He is a jiu-jitsu grappler who got into MMA because of his brother and some natural athletic skills. But the ultimate test of a fighter is how he deals or she deals with adversity. And Herbert Burns gets a fat F on that. I would say he has 0% reliability from coming back to any adverse circumstance in fights. His mental game checks out. His body breaks, he crumbles over, and fights are ended. Herbert Burns is not a guy that you talk about when mentioning heart. If you're showing a fighter with heart, you show Herbert Burns as the fucking antithesis to that shit. It's the complete opposite, bro. There's no synonym to him in heart. Heart and Herbert Burns don't go together. I don't even know if Herbert Burns has a heart. I don't know if he's just got metal inside of him. I don't know how he's functioning. Because when shit gets tough, when shit gets fucking tough, Herbert Burns ain't the guy you want. Herbert Burns is a bit athletic, a bit, and I'm going to emphasize a bit. Decent knee up the center knockout of Nate Landwehr. I mean, yeah, he came into the UFC hot. I'll be respectful and honest. Contender Series, quick submission of Darek Minner, who's mid as fuck. He knocked out Nate Landwehr with a big knee. Nate Landwehr's losses tend to be those big knees catching him early. Outside of that, he's pretty game. And if they fought again, come on. He submitted Evan Dunham, who was a corpse at that point, and that was in 2020. And then he missed weight and lost to Daniel Pineda. Good win for Pineda there. And then he quit against Bill Algeo. He was exhausted. After he had some grappling positions, he completely fumbled. And then he got destroyed by Julio Arce. I'm telling you right now, Herbert Burns has all quit in him, no heart. Jack Jenkins is a pretty quality fighter. He's well-rounded. Go watch the first round with Chepe Mariscal. Jack Jenkins won the round. And then watch Chepe Mariscal dominate Damon Jackson, who's actually good. Relatively good, at least. Not an elite contender, but good on the spectrum of UFC level. Herbert Burns is a certified quitter, bro. He's got absolutely no chance. He's going to get ran over. He's going to get wilted. He is going to turtle up and get finished. Jack Jenkins, inside of the distance, better be a lock. If it is not a lock, I don't know what fucking world we are living in. Now, Jack Jenkins is a minus 700 favorite. Yes, it's a very wide line. Herbert Burns is a plus 500 underdog. Yes, the odds suck. Jack Jenkins to win inside of the distance at minus 350. The reason I'm calling inside of the distance, because I know a lot of you say, bro, just go for the knockout. It's like minus 225. If you're going to parlay up something, parlay the knockout. Can I explain to you why we're not going to do that? Because submission to strikes. I don't want to see Herbert Burns tap into strikes and they count it as a submission after he's getting his face beat in. So I would rather stay on the safer side and you put Jenkins inside distance. That is the reasoning behind that. I don't think that he's going to rear naked choke him. I mean, maybe. But I think the possibility of a tap to strikes is live with Herbert Burns, man. I could see him submitting to damage. So we're going with Jack Jenkins as a high confident lock, man. High confident. AJ has that cool vibe, though. His hair gives a cool gambler guide vibe. Thank you, Useless. I appreciate the compliment. AJ, thoughts on Ariel Helwani and Lucas Tracy both quitting? They're off to do different things. For Helwani, I was even more surprised because I had saw that he's moving on, but I didn't realize that he's quitting doing the MMA hour. Wow. Shows futures up in the air. Well, listen, the AJ hour is what's coming, guys. I'm here to take over, not take part. So that's fine. Listen, no problem. Good luck to both of them. Bro, Burns has got zero heart. He's never a guy I would bet on. He's a disgraceful fighter. And I've picked him in the past. I've had faith. The dude has no heart. And I'm not backing somebody with zero fucking heart. It's just a terrible idea. So Jenkins is a lock. And if he doesn't win, I will be shocked. Hey, guys, we're at 78 likes. We're 22 likes away from 100. We got to hit that 100 before we get to the main card because now I'm seeing it. You know the song, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I don't just feel it. I see it coming. I'm visualizing it. I'm having premonitions of this shit. Let's make it happen. Smash that like button. Let's go. Okay, so I want to get the poll up for the next fight. Give me a second. Give me a second, please. I'm getting rushed. I see some of you guys rushing me. Give me a second over here. And the next fight is not even one we should talk about. We should skip past it. No, I won't. I won't. I'm joking. I never skip past any fights. If you're tuning in for the first time, I talk about everything. Bump, 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 bump. You're liking Burns? You want to wager with me? Stop. You don't want to do that. Bump, 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 bump. Bum 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 bum. Get your votes in. Get your votes in, man. I want to win. I want to get the votes from the people. Let's keep going up. Yeah. Premonitions, bro. That's what I said. Good day, Leon. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my man. I appreciate you coming by. Appreciate you tuning in. Listen, let's keep running, man. Too much jibber jabbering. Casey O'Neill versus Luana Santos. Guys, I ain't talking about this fight. See you in 5 minutes. All right? No, I'm fucking around. We're gonna do it. Yeah, this right here. Man. I think Luana Santos is gonna win. And I'm talking some shit, but I think Luana Santos is pretty good. Good grappling, solid striking, decent enough game overall. Better prospect. I think Casey O'Neill is an overrated fighter. I feel like she's always been meh. I picked Lipski as an underdog to end her, and Lipski tapped her, and Lipski's a striker. Let's be fair. Lipski's a striker. Luana Santos got that judo background. She got the jiu-jitsu. She got the submissions, you know. I feel like I'm from Brazil as I'm talking about her. Luana. I think Luana Santos by submission is live. Casey O'Neill, I just don't like. I mean, not that I don't like her, right? I don't hate her as a fucking person, but as a fighter, I don't really like her style. She doesn't bring anything to me that's like, oh shit, there's ability. There's something I'm excited about. I'm looking forward to watch her. No, I watch her and I think to myself, teetering on the top 15. And Luana Santos is not perfect by any means, but I feel like she's got some potential at least. So I'm going to go with Luana Santos to get a win. Degenerate, but I'm going to say submission because I'm going savage mode. It's minus 140. Yes, the money line is fat. It's fat. It's got bitch tits, that money line. Oh shit, it's minus 140 for a women's fight that's like relatively close on paper. It's really not bad. Honestly, I'm just talking shit. But plus 120 for O'Neill is the dog. Opening odds had Luana as the underdog. Over is probably there, but I wouldn't bet it at minus 220 with the possibility, or maybe you're propping it, you're over, under in it, you're over in it, and you're playing the DGEM prop. DGEM prop, though, if you like the degenerate shit, you know, minus what? No, excuse me, plus 500. I'm talking so fast right now, I'm slurring my words. Let me get a fucking drink for a second, man. I'm freaking out. I'm hyper mode because I did that worst case scenario video before this. I'm in mega shit talk mode. If you guys watching didn't know, after this video ends, I'm dropping my worst case scenario for UFC 305 video. It's a new series that I think is starting to develop a pretty cult following. That's the thumbnail. You're going to see it released immediately following this breakdown of UFC 305. Either way, Luana Santos should win. The submission line at plus 500 would be a DGen big money chasing prop. And I think it is live to happen. It is. It's live to happen. It's not impossible. It's quite real. It's quite possible. It's definitely there. It's definitely live enough. Live enough, I'll say. Live enough. Santos is the people's pick, as expected. I didn't think you guys were going to go against me on this one. I just don't feel the O'Neill style. I don't know. The biggest argument people tell me about Casey O'Neill, what I hear is what? She's at Extreme Couture. Okay, there's fighters that suck that are at Extreme Couture. Just because you're at Extreme Couture doesn't mean you're Sean Strickland or Chris Curtis or whoever else. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's my thought process on that one. I'm moving on. I want to talk about the next fight. Oh, my God, this next fight, man. This next fucking fight. You kidding me? I don't hate this next fight. I like this next fight, but I'm disgusted by the outcome, which is most likely what's going to happen. Okay, give me a second. I got to gather myself for this next one. It's all good. All right, so next fight on the card. Josh Culibao and Ricardo Ramos. I'm picking Culibao. So Ricardo Ramos, I've always felt like has some type of potential. I don't know how to describe it. It's just something I've always seen in him. But he also has severely low IQ. So even though he's talented, I don't think he has the intellect, man. I just don't think he's smart enough to win UFC fights as of recent. He's putting himself in positions to get finished by Julian Erosa, Charles Jourdain. He's just giving his neck up. Now, let's say something positive in this fight. Josh Culibao's only sub win is against Melsik Bagdasaryan, who's a primary kickboxer. Ricardo Ramos competes in grappling. Ricardo Ramos has decent ground skills. He just sells constantly, though. It's just his fight IQ sucks. The behind the lead leg kick, the shots that he's throwing, the selection. Ricardo Ramos has got the talent, but doesn't have the fucking smarts. Don't need to be smart to win. I'm not saying he needs to be book smart. He needs to be smart in the cage. His choice of shots and choice of actions is fucking abysmal. And if you're betting money on Ricardo Ramos, there's definitely a chance that you're losing it. Now, granted, you can say that about any fight, but specifically him, he can be looking good and sell himself. The fight IQ is ass. The fight IQ sucks. The fight IQ is negative on Ricardo Ramos. And I'm a Ramos fan. I've been wanting him to win all these damn recent fights, and he's been fumbling. Josh Culibao is consistently okay. Unfortunately, I'm going with Culibao, but I hope something inside of me shifts after that weigh-in. But man, I don't think so. Ramos is just, unfortunately, bro, certified dummy. The odds for the fight. Ramos is plus 115 as the underdog. Culibao minus 135. I guess I'd rather just root for Ramos as a fan and hope that he wins and, starts to get some momentum going back with his career than go out and pick him as an underdog and sell you on, yeah, I'm picking him as a dog, because Culibao is way more consistent. So I'll go Culibao by decision. Minus 130 for the over 2.5. Interesting. Culibao by decision is sitting at plus 185. Culibao should take home the W, and that's what I'm going to call Josh Culibao to win. And I hope not, though. I hope he doesn't win, but he will. I can only tell you what I think, even though I want one way, I'm going to pick the other way, because it's not about what I want. It's about what I think is going to actually happen, right? It's not the fucking what do I want of UFC 305 breakdown. It's what the fuck I think is going to happen. So, yep, is what it is. I'll just go cry myself to sleep now. All right, let's get the poll up for the featured prelim of the night. We're already here. How the fuck is it moving so fast? This card's going to fly by. I can already see the recap show. I can already see the next day full card breakdown of fucking UFC. Is it Vegas 96 that next weekend? Damn. It happens too fast. It all happens too fast. I want the moment to last. All right. Next fight on the card, our featured prelim of the night. Junior Tafa versus Valter Walker. Listen, I'm going for Junior Tafa to win. Valter Walker, everybody's talking about his transformation. It looks like he, lost a few pounds of body fat, but I don't know. It's about the transformation. You guys selling the transformation like Valter Walker went from looking fat to looking like fucking Ngannou. He still looks all right. He looks all right. His gas tank is mad sus. His ground skills are decent, but he's a certified can crusher. Like, let's look for a second at Valter Walker's finishes. He beat Alex Nicholson in the 4th round in 2023. Alex Nicholson hasn't been in the UFC in a decade. Cassio de Oliveira, journeyman, he TKO'd on the ground in the 2nd. Ramadan Mohammed, he got a TKO in the 1st round. He was 6-3. Like, he's beaten some okay enough names here, some decisions in the mix. What am I saying? Okay enough names. It's just because they have Russian names that I'm intrigued. Now, granted, Junior Tafa has also not really fought anybody. His biggest win is Parker fucking Porter. He lost to Mo Usman and Rogerio de Lima. He's got good kickboxing. He was fighting in Glory. He's got a lot of striking experience. It's all about the takedown defense because Junior Tafa has already shown a pretty mid-caliber get-up game, but he definitely has the striking advantage here. Now, Valter Walker is a lot bigger than him, but Walker is really a talentless striker, man. He has no hands. Walker is a pressure smothering grappler, and that is all. And that is all he is. Now, Junior Tafa, I don't think is challenging for a world title, but he does have slick striking. He's got decent ability on the feet, but his takedown defense sucks. I'm not betting this fucking fight. Junior Tafa is a minus 120 favorite. Walker is a plus 103 underdog. The over 1.5 is minus 140. I'll lean yes on that. And then I wouldn't touch no props. Fuck this fight. I could see Valter Walker smothering him for 3 rounds. I could see Valter Walker getting on top and holding him down. Walker was getting takedowns at will against Brzeski, but he refused to use them. The thing is, he can get you down, but what can he do with it? Now, granted, Tafa has shown pretty bad get-ups. Walker is going to do what many believe he is going to, lay and prey on Tafa, and this is only because Tafa has no get-up game when taken down. Russell, you might be right, because he definitely has shit get-up game. Tafa doesn't even have good striking. It's like mid, and how's he going to strike from off his back? Fair. Listen, I get the Tafa disrespect. I get the Walker respect. I think probably over 1.5 is live. Just Valter Walker has looked like a can. Valter Walker looked like shit against Lucas Brzeski. Yes or no? Yes or no, chat? He looked like shit. And Brzeski sucks. I'm not saying Tafa's good. Right now, Tafa's looking, Brzeski level. Come on, bro. Certified fucking mids. Yeah, they're young, 27 and 26, but I feel like if they were destined to have skills, they'd already show it by now. I don't care, bro. Some people, they got it. Some people don't got it. It don't matter about the age. Certified cans. Certified fucking cans. So I am going to sit on the outside and just watch this one. And if Valter Walker smothers them and wins with control, great. Because I'm not putting no stake in this game. I wouldn't. People in the chat are really close. It's about a 50-50. Very slightly towards the side of Valter Walker. You guys have him. What is it? 50. Let's see. We're loading the percent. Okay. The poll never wants to come out. No problem. The poll told me to go fuck myself. 51% for Valter Walker. And the odds are pretty close to reflect something similar to that. I'm going against you guys with Tafa, but it's a pick. It's not a confident one. And I can see the argument for Valter Walker. Both guys are shit, bro. That's the truth. And I'm an asshole maybe for saying it because they're young, but I'd rather be an asshole that's honest than being an ass kisser that's dishonest, bro. I'd rather be the guy that said, man, he's an asshole, but at least he tells you guys the fucking truth. The cans, bro. The cans. And that's it. And that's the hard pill to swallow for both of them. That's it. All right, let's get the poll up for the next fight. And the next fight's going to bring us to our main card. Things are getting exciting now. Things are getting heat now. Jumping up to our main card opener. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. I got daily content on the channel, live streams, full card breakdowns, news, reaction. I got every type of video. I got a worst case scenario UFC 305 video dropping after the stream. So plenty of things coming. Make sure you keep it locked in. And if you're watching live, this is for you. I'd like to see 150 likes by the time we get to the main event. So smash. Jingliang versus Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates should win. I have a really good feeling that he pulls through. The Leech hasn't really looked the same in a while. I think we have to be honest here. Has the Leech looked the same? Come on, bro. Even though, okay, D-Rod's all right. He's close with him. The Leech is not going to knock out Prates. So what's he going to do? He's going to be stuck on the outside of a really slick Muay Thai kickboxer. And he's probably going to lose a 30-27 decision unless Prates really starts destroying the body, because the Leech has a very good chin. The Leech has that Mongolian jaw. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, they've been fighting since the dawn of time. You think he's getting knocked the fuck out? Probably not. But when you go to the body, I don't care how thick that chin is, he'll go down too. Prates has got good body shots. Now, we're going to overglaze his body shots a lot because of the way he knocked out Charlie Radke. But like Radke's level is, relatively low compared to the Leech. But either way, Carlos Prates has a high caliber striking base. He has a stylistic skill set advantage. The Leech does not close the distance with straight punches, right? And even though you may be thinking, oh, well, Prates is way longer, right? Why would he throw a jab with him? How are you going to jab with a guy that tall? If the Leech developed more of a pressure style with straights, there would be opportunities for big over-the-top shots to land. Problem is with the Leech, he throws primarily wide shots to close the gap. And doing that against a technician who has knockout power is simply a recipe for disaster, especially when you add on top of all of it a damn 6.5-inch reach advantage. And then you add in that Prates is faster, he has more weapons, and there is no grappling threat from the Leech. Zero. He doesn't have the wrestling. He doesn't. He doesn't have the takedown option. So how is he going to beat Prates? Where? Where's he going to beat him? Let me know. He's not. Carlos Prates is going to beat him. Carlos Prates for the W. Decision. I think he pulls through. That's it. That's the call. Prates for the Dubski. Now, as far as the odds, Prates is minus 400. The line sucks at this point. Leech is plus 300. Way too wide. I think it goes over 1.5 at minus 165. The Leech is fucking durable. Prates by a KO is minus 120, but a decision is like plus 250. I mean, if you look at the Leech, his durability is something he's known for. 0 knockout losses with 10 KOs. He's got 2 sub losses, but then 6 decision losses. As good as Prates is, I do think he gets tested a little bit here, enough so where he's going to have to prove he can go long. And I think Prates is live on the judges' scorecard. So decision will be my pick for this one. And it seems like you guys agree. I see some people in chat saying decision. Leech coming off a botched spinal surgery too, so he might be getting laid out. He might be getting laid clean. Here for the Tuivasa breakdown, it's coming in a moment's notice. You're going to watch the press conference. It's 4 a.m. for me. You know what, Polars? I don't know yet. I was planning to do a press conference watch along, but if it's on at fucking 4 a.m., I don't know. Let me think about it. I would need to know that the people are really interested in it, but dude, I might be sound asleep. I don't know. I might surprise you guys. I got the weigh-in show tomorrow too, so it's throwing my whole fucking schedule off, man. Because what? The press conference at 4 a.m., weigh-ins are on at 11 p.m. What the hell is happening? I wish the weigh-ins were on at 6 so I can get that video locked and loaded for you guys, but now that video is not dropping until 1 a.m. Like Saturday morning, 1 a.m. But please, bro, press conference watch along. That'd be awesome. I might do it. We'll see. I might surprise you. It'd be a surprise. It'll be a bigger surprise, my brother. Hey, I'm glad you be watching, Miller Time. Let's go. The weigh-in show is definitely coming. Don't worry about it, bro. The weigh-in show is my specialty. The weigh-in show is my bread and butter. I'm the king of the weigh-in show. That's my shit. I'll definitely bring it. The press conference shouldn't be more than 45 minutes, though, so it could essentially be a really quick stream. 87% of the people on Prates, absolutely. Makes sense. No way it wasn't going to be that. At least I didn't think there was a way it wasn't going to be that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys were thinking something different. Some of you guys had different mentalities. I know that maybe there's a few Leech Glazers in chat, but I like the Leech. Like, I'm talking shit. Like, I fuck with him. He's a good dude, and he's, he's cool, but I don't think he's beating Prates, man. Just because I like you don't mean you winning. Bum, 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 bum. All right, the poll's going up for this next one. I'm excited for this, okay? I'm excited for this one. Let me clean off a little bit for this one. I'm getting fucking hype as shit over here, guys. I'm going crazy. And I'm looking at the likes. We're at 129 likes. Get me 150. I know there's 21 people just sitting saying, man, I haven't liked it yet. Do me a favor and smash. All right. Poll is up. Poll is getting locked and loaded. We're going to make it happen. We're going to do our thing. Okay. Let's do it. What's the problem? Okay, here we are. The next one, Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Okay, the anticipation is building. I hear a silent drum roll in my mind. Okay, listen, if you're watching at home, I want you to visualize the drum roll sound. Picture me playing the drums with my hair flowing like I'm in a 1980s rock band. Tai Tuivasa is going to knock out Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Done for. Lock it in. Yes, it's going to happen. I know some of you like, no fucking way. This is the matchup that Tai needs. This is the money matchup. A kickboxer who's good enough, but not great. As much experience that Rozenstruik has in professional kickboxing, he has never been that impressive. He's had moments of impressiveness. And you know what's impressed me? I see a $49.99 dono in chat. I got to read it real quick. That's a big boy dono. Michael Siegel, $49.99. Mr. Generosity, bro. I appreciate the hell out of you. Getting the dono train rolling like a savage. Michael Siegel's a gem. You guys better give him W's. I think mid-level fights are getting worse. Seems like a lot of the fun mid guys have lost to the top guys, which makes them less fun to watch and haven't been replaced by new guys yet. Gilbert Burns, Paulo Costa, Johnny Walker, etc. So Johnny Walker going up to heavyweight gives me a sense of excitement. But with Paulo Costa, I agree because there's only so many times you can rerun the bullshit. Let's give him Michel Pereira or Fluffy Hernandez next. He needs to fight a prospect, so maybe he does get replaced. For Gilbert Burns, he's getting the fight against Sean Brady. If Sean Brady beats him, that kind of sends Gilbert Burns out of the picture with the upper echelon, with the real mix of guys that can make a mark on, whatever the weight class, specifically for Burns, welterweight. But I do get what you're saying. When the mid-level guys lose to the higher level guys and then you lose the status and the stock, I get what you're saying. There needs to be a replacement and a turnover. Trust me. You don't realize it yet, but it's happening as we speak. A new breed of fighters is consistently on the way up. And soon the stars of today will be the forgotten stars of tomorrow, man. And there's going to be new faces at the top, and there's going to be new faces in the middle too. Thank you for the dono. Michael Siegel, I hope you like the elaborate explanation there, because for $49.99, I had to drop some savage mode. Now, back to the breakdown. Tuivasa is my guy. I'm telling you, Rozenstruik squares up. He's going to get chinned. He's going to get caught. He's going to square up, and he's going to get slept. Rozenstruik can work a decent jab. He's got nice leg kicks. But when he flurries some shots together, he's there to get countered. And Tuivasa is nasty with his hands. Don't doubt Tuivasa, please. Please don't. I'm going team Tuivasa for the W, bro. I might end up doing a Shui on the live stream if Tuivasa wins, bro. I might have to. We'll see. We'll see when we get there, but I might have to. We'll see. I haven't been drinking, so I was like not wanting to, but shit, I might have to drink out of a shoe. Just for you savages. Fuck it. It's a Tuivasa. If he loses, I'm going to cry. I'm going Tuivasa to dust him. He's going to put Jairzinho Rozenstruik back in the shadow realm where he belongs. Minus 220 for Rozenstruik. Tuivasa's plus 185. Under 1.5 is minus 200. Under 2.5 is minus 450. That's a lock. KO for Tuivasa plus 225. I'm going Tuivasa to land the death punch and flatten Rozenstruik, laying him out, putting him on his back. Clean KO. The Shui commences. He's not losing 5 in a row, and he's not taking an L in Australia. Most of the people there are there to support Tai Tuivasa, and I think he's coming home with a W, man. Fan favorite, good stylistic matchup. Yeah, he's lost 4 in a row, but the opponents are of a different caliber and a very different style. Rozenstruik is going to play into the game of Tuivasa, and Tuivasa is going to send him to the shadow realm. You guys saying he's trash? Don't disrespect him, okay? He's going to turn up now. Trust me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you this. Tuivasa by knockout. Boom. That's the call. Biggie trains hard. Tai eats Taco Bell in the locker room. Listen, that Taco Bell is going to give him those burrito bombs, okay? He might fart. It disorientates Rozenstruik, and then he's going to catch him with a big punch, bro. It's a strategy for it all. Tuivasa is now the people's picks. I am sure that I have swayed you people to picking Tuivasa 100%. 100%. If it wasn't for me, a lot of you guys would have blindly went Rozenstruik. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, the co-main event. Well, what? I'm not trying to shit talk it, but come on, man. The fucking co-main event. Kiss my fucking ass, that co-main event. Or feature bout. Sorry. No, the co-main event's good. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm telling you guys, man. I'm out of my mind right now. I'm going crazy up in here. I'm going kind of nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Michael Siegel, thank you for $1.99. Biggie Boy does well when people make him fight. I think he could also get caught by a big counter in a brawl with Tuivasa, my brother. But listen, I appreciate your big donos, man. You're a gem. Bro, you might be a Fed. Listen, bro, I'm not a Fed. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, I'm a Fed. You think a fucking Fed is going to be talking like me? You think a Fed is going to have been, taking rips on stream? Yeah? Come on. There ain't no Fed up in here, baby. This is the free market. This is the real free speech channel. It's the real honest analysis, bro. I am the honest analyst up in here. I tell it how it is. Fuck it. Dan Hooker by UFC telling Gamrot to strike. Bro, can you imagine? Nah, fuck that. Gamrot ain't striking. Gamrot ain't striking. If the UFC tells him that, he's going to tell him to go fuck off. All right, let's get the next fight up. Bump, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Featured bout of the night, Mateusz Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. So I'm going to take this one seriously, okay? This is a serious, respectable fucking breakdown, all right? Listen, Mateusz Gamrot is a skilled fighter. He has nice wrestling and control. His takedowns are on point. He can chain wrestle all night long, and my God, you'll be so impressed with his cardio. Nah, fuck the bullshit, okay? I'm turning off the BS. Mateusz Gamrot is my pick to win. But let me fucking tell you something. If the UFC was filled with Gamrots, you wouldn't be watching. My chair would be turned the fucking other way. I wouldn't be looking. Nobody would be tuning in. Style snoozy. The style makes me want to grab my fucking pillow and close my eyes. For the Gamrot fight, I should have a neck pillow just in case, but I probably won't. Now, I am picking Gamrot. I'm talking a lot of shit, but I'm picking Gamrot. You're going to hear in the worst case scenario video an elaboration of why I really hate it. But I think Dan Hooker winning would be way better, for sure. Or at least Gamrot being impressive, because a Gamrot, WrestleFuck, snooze fest, that's the vomit coming out of my mouth, bro. I almost puked, bro. That wasn't a burp. That was fucking vomit coming out. You're lucky I didn't have like a horror movie vomit on stream, bro, and just let out the violent puke. If Gamrot lays in praise, I'm going to be pissed off. The UFC should be mad. Bellator, give him a call, or PFL whatever. If he goes out there and submits Dan Hooker, that's dope. That's dope. Issue is, depends if he can hold Dan down. I don't know. There's a lot of circumstances. I do think Gamrot could sub him. But Dan Hooker is not an easy guy to submit, though I know Makhachev made it look easy. It's Makhachev, though. As far as the odds for this fight, Dan Hooker is a minus 350. No, minus, what am I saying? Dan Hooker is a plus 285 underdog. Gamrot is a minus 350 favorite. I do think he WrestleFox him. Minus 260 for the over. Gamrot by sub is big plus money at plus 450. A decision, though, is minus 145, which is Shitsville, USA. Looking at something, though, let's see. Dan Hooker's last submission loss was Makhachev, but he has been submitted 3 times in his pro fighting career. Mateusz Gamrot on the other side, he does have 5 wins by sub, but opposite those 11 decisions, man. Gamrot is a round winner, guys. He's a point scorer. Mateusz Gamrot is not a finisher, man. He's gotten finishes of lower level guys, which is something you should definitely do as you build into the UFC. But when he's gotten to that top caliber, it's chain wrestling, takedown control, win the round. And I think that's probably what we're going to see. We'll be hoping that Dan Hooker does some damage, but I got to tell it as I see it. I can see Gamrot getting timed by a knee, but he'll get Hooker down regardless. How dope would it be if Dan Hooker flattened Gamrot? Because Dan Hooker could involve himself in some dope fights with that win. It would be way better for the lightweight division's entertainment value if Dan Hooker wins and gets to have like another dope fight with Dustin Poirier or get a fight against Gaethje. Like there's some sick matchups. But Mateusz Gamrot probably WrestleFucking him. Yeah, probably WrestleFucking him. We'll see. Time will tell. Either way, I'm picking Gamrot, but, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. You'll see in the worst case scenario video after. I'll elaborate a little more. I talk a lot of shit. This fight, I guess you guys already know one of the worst case scenarios, but it involves this fight. You'll hear it in that vid. All right. All right. Wow, we're already at the co-main event? No way. I don't even believe it. We're not at the co-main event already. I've already talked about 10 fights. Damn. Time flies when you're having fun, man. It's crazy. I feel like I just started the stream 5 minutes ago, but it's been an hour and I've been talking my ass off. All right. All right. Let's get it. It's time for co-main event. We're about to get to it. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Co-main event of the evening. Kai Kara-France versus Steve Erceg. I called Steve Erceg my lock. I think Steve Erceg wins this fight. The striking, money. The grappling, live. The physical size, factor. I think Kai Kara-France is decent. And I think Kai Kara-France is top 10. But I feel like Steve Erceg is in that top 4. Like he's in the conversation to fight for a belt again. If you look, he was the closest guy to taking out Pantoja in the title run. And a lot of people said, oh, well, you know, it was just a good matchup. Blah, blah, blah. He's game as fuck. Steve Erceg's boxing is crisp. He's very technically sound and precise. Kai Kara-France on the opposite side is a really dangerous kickboxer with nice knockout power. But ultimately, he kind of needs you to walk into those big shots with carelessness, something that Steve Erceg is not going to do. Erceg is a smart fighter, and even though he made some fight IQ mistakes against Alexandre Pantoja, in this matchup here, they won't be nearly as detrimental. I think Steve Erceg can time takedowns and put Kai Kara-France on his back, which also can limit the Kai Kara-France kickboxing confidence. And when you talk about the striking, Erceg is the bigger man with the longer arms. Regardless of the reach, Kai Kara-France is substantially shorter, and though he's broader than Steve Erceg, Erceg's length is money. I think Erceg with a jab is going to be effective. Kara-France doesn't have the jab to sting up Erceg. He's going to need to catch him with something massive. And I just think it's going to be a lot harder to catch Steve Erceg than, some of these other flyweights. I think Erceg is going to do real well. I think it's a good back and forth fight, a tough battle, but I think Steve Erceg is going to pull through and get a massive W. I see him winning this fight by a decision, and I'm calling him the lock because I needed something valuable to money line lock. I didn't want to lock on minus 300 because I'm not trying to be a scumbag. Steve Erceg is minus 170. The line has spread a bit, but it's okay, man. He's worth it. Plus 145 for Kai Kara-France. I don't think he's ready for this dance, guys. Erceg is a live decision winner. The over is minus 245. Erceg decision plus 115. Erceg down the center minus 170. You're going to sweat a little bit because Kara-France is a savage. But Steve Erceg is going to take home the biggest win of his career. I see him getting it done. Mark, thank you for the $2. Erceg, rounds 2, 3, 4, uncrowned champ and lock of the week. Damn, bro. I love the uncrowned champ call. I rewatched the fight and I can see the argument for them giving it to Pantoja a second time around with my non-biased eye. But either way, Erceg had a Rocky-like performance against Alexandre Pantoja, and I don't think he's going down here against Kai Kara-France. As I say every time, Best Buy's finest, the king of the geek squad, Steve Erceg, okay? Leader of the dweebs, taking it home. I'm an Erceg believer. I'm an Erceg's witness, bro. I'm getting Erceg tatted across my chest. I'm an Erceg fan for life, and I'm locking Steve Erceg W. W incoming. Now, as far as the people in the chat, majority of you all have Steve Erceg taking home a win. Majority of you guys have it. And I think Steve Erceg is the winner. Bum, 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 ba-dum, 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 bum, bum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. The real Rocky. You picked Erceg, but Kara-France a live dog. He's a gangster, but he's not going to win. He's not going to win, my brother. You're going to see Steve Erceg's taking a win home, bro. We are an Erceg-loving bunch. That we are. Chat loves Erceg. I love Erceg. How can you not love Erceg, bro? He's a great guy. Steve Erceg's a fucking gem, and he's taking it. AJ Street Judas DeVito. Thank you. I got the iron knee just like Uncle Masvidal. Useless. I see your comment. I'm going to look at it real quick. Izzy's head is massive. Looks more cut. Izzy on cycle. I'll take it. Listen, I'll talk about that in the video I'm dropping after this stream. You're going to hear that mentioned. Okay. A little something, something. AJ isn't your average bloke. Thank you, Dylan Summers. I'm going to call a plus 4,300 parlay right now. Erceg inside distance. Nolan KO1. Nicoll sub. Good luck, Leon. It's D-Gen Savage mode. Astro Boy for the massive win. Hell yeah, I think so too. Guys, we are close to 200 likes. We're 43 likes away from 200. I would love to see 200 likes here on stream. And right now, I'm also going to check the subscriber count. What are we sitting at the moment? What's the subscriber count? 35,610. I'm going to set a subscriber goal for this stream. We need to hit 35,620. We need 10 more subscribers for this one, okay? I think we can pull it off, guys. And let's hit 200 likes up in here. Now, the UFC press conference is on at 4 a.m., and I'm debating doing a press conference watch along at 4 in the morning. I will let you guys know momentarily, all right? I'll see how I feel. I might wake up at 3:45, turn the stream on with my eyes half open, and just listen and talk to you guys for an hour. But yeah, I'm going to interrupt my sleep for you savages. But I got a good feeling I'm going to end up having to do it. We'll see. We'll discuss. But make sure you guys smash the subscribe button if you're new. And yeah, keep running the likes up. Listen, I do want to jump to our main event. The polls are already going. People are already showing the love, dropping what they're thinking. And I'm ready to talk about it. Our main event of the evening. If you guys haven't yet, smash the likes. If you're new, subscribe it up. And shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to all the people watching live, but also shout out to the savages on the replay, gang. I appreciate you all. You guys are all badasses, and I love each and every one of you savages. Thank you for supporting and tuning into the show. Jenkins du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. Okay, so we got to talk about something real quick before I give a pick. Did you see the side-by-side of Israel Adesanya leading into the fight with Strickland or Israel Adesanya here? Because if you haven't seen it, I think I must show you. It's probably a good move. And you guys might say, holy shit. Look at this side by side. Do you see? Look at him versus Strickland. Look at the abs. Look at the delts. Look at the neck. Look at the traps. Look at the face. He's somehow aged like 3-4 years. The steroids. Oh, what? No, I didn't say that. Look at the shoulders. Look at the biceps. Look at the chest. Look at the fucking stomach. Look at the gains. USADA. What? USADA don't exist no more. USADA's out. Drug-free sport. Drug-free sport don't have an Australia, New Zealand office. They're not down under. Now, I'm not trying to accuse Izzy of anything, but I'm just saying, at 35, he seems to have put on about 5 pounds of muscle and lost body fat, which, if you know anything about working out, ain't easy to do. So, suspect. All I'm saying, suspect. Suspect. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm picking Jenkins du Plessis. I'm going with the natural Chad, okay? I'm going with the king of the natties. I think Erceg, what am I saying? I think Jenkins du Plessis is going to take a W home, but I recognize this is not an easy fight, okay? I recognize this is going to be a hell of a matchup. Du Plessis is going to need to time some key takedowns. Du Plessis is going to have nice pressure, but as good as Adesanya's physique looked, I don't know. Does that mean that he's better than ever before? Is he more dialed in, or is he just, more jacked? Because jacked doesn't necessarily equal better fighting. Against Sean Strickland, Adesanya looked like a shell of himself. At 35, sometimes we see that transition. The fighters lose a step. And Adesanya's been in a lot of wars. Jenkins du Plessis is definitely a warrior. I think he's going to be in Izzy's face. I think he's going to make Izzy uncomfortable. I think he's going to back him up. I think he's going to probably take him down and control him a bit. Depends what Izzy shows up, man. Very suspect, bro. Very suspect. But I'm going with DDP for the victory. I'm going with DDP for the close money win. But I'll tell you something honestly, man. It is a dangerous bet because the odds are live. The odds are near even. The odds are essentially down the center. I'm going with DDP. Hard fought win in a war, in a great back and forth. But let me tell you, my brother did pick Adesanya. And if you guys been following the channel for a long time, my brother has mystical picks every once in a while. He'll hit some crazy underdog or some wild confident pick against mine. And I don't know. Maybe he's due for one. I'm going with Duplessis to pull through, but I wouldn't call Duplessis a lock. I wouldn't call him a most confident call. What I call him is a main event and still pick. I think he can beat Izzy, man. I think he can win this shit. I always support against Izzy. Can't stand him. Thank you, Jake Beebe, for getting the dono train rolling. I appreciate the $2, man. You're a gangster, Jake Beebe. My brother's picks are goated. You know how many times I've tried to get him to do a show on the channel? I told him, I said, bro, I'll give you a show. You do your picks. I'll give you a show. He said no. So I don't know. Maybe eventually that becomes a cult classic. But as of right now, the little bros picks are just from me. You're hearing it through a second hand. Are you worried about the 12-hour less rehydration time and how it affect the outcome of fights, especially the main event? Shins may be weakened. Duplessis looks like he cuts more weight than Izzy normally, but Izzy's put on some serious muscle. So at this point, I don't know for sure. At this point, I don't know for sure. I think Dricus Duplessis is going to time some takedowns. I think he's going to back Izzy up and make him uncomfortable. I think he hits him with some big punches. Izzy will have moments, but let's be real about Adesanya. He didn't look impressive against Jared Cannonier. Now, he hit Pereira with the death punch in a fight he was losing, but it was still an incredible comeback. He was knocked out by Pereira in the fight prior, but let's be honest, he did some serious damage early. The Whitaker fight, he dropped him, but that was really close, man. Whitaker almost got him. He dominated Vettori, but it's Vettori. I feel like he hasn't looked like a killer since the Paulo Costa fight or, the Rob Whitaker first fight. Adesanya has been, clean and precise, but a decision and round winner. And I'm looking for an absolute killer. And I think Duplessis is that killer. Now, I think it's going to be hard to finish Israel Adesanya. Adesanya is a gamer. Adesanya is in great shape for this fight. Adesanya is in suspectly good shape for the fight. But I think DDP edges him on the scorecards. He gets it done by a close decision in Australia. I'm going and still champion, but I'm recognizing a game fight in front of him with Israel Adesanya. But we sit around and talk so much about the improvements Izzy can make. How about it? Dricus Duplessis only 30. What about the improvements that he can make too? And you talk about the fight with Sean Strickland. It wasn't a robbery. I went back and rewatched it. Duplessis deserved the win. And I, at the time, was on the robbery side, but he got 3 rounds to 2. And that's the honest truth here. So I think Duplessis taking home a win is very live. I'm picking him in the main event. I think he does it. Odds, -110 on both sides, even money. So maybe a Duplessis D-Gen parlay as the last leg. So you sweat up the main event. The official pick is decision for Duplessis, but I wouldn't go out and bet on it. Duplessis decision +400. Hey, it's 4-1. At least it's something. Over 1.5 is -350. I think over 1.5 is actually a lock right here. You over 1.5 it. That's money mode. You're staying away from this one. I don't blame you at all. I think this is the first high-level KO guy DDP's ever faced, though. He does get hit a bit. True. But DDP has done kickboxing. And I mean, if you look, Sean Strickland win, but yeah, I get what you're saying, not a KO. Rob Whitaker's got KO power, though. Even Derek Brunson has power. Darren Till was slick at one point. I just feel like DDP finds a way to be and still champion. Hard fight. What does it mean for Izzy's career if he loses? I mean, it's a tumble downhill for sure. He gets put in a bad spot. He's not, retiring per se with a loss, but he's no longer in the title picture. So that just changes things for Israel Adesanya, because he's thought of as, the guy that remains amongst the elite, the top of the caliber. Like he's in majority of the title fights for the past several years, besides the Strickland DDP one. How long ago has it been since we haven't seen Izzy in a title fight? Izzy fought for a title against Kelvin Gastelum. Yeah, it was the interim title, but still there was a title fight there. And then every fight since then, he's been in a title fight. And there's been one fight without him in a title fight since 2019. And it was Strickland versus DDP. I feel like the tide could be shifting. The tide could be turning, and it's bound to happen at some point. He may be 35. He may be in better shape than ever before. But let's not doubt what Dricus Duplessis is putting in the training room. As I promise you, Duplessis is giving his heart and soul to the fucking game. Now, as far as the people's picks, 55% seem to be on DDP. So the people are going to Plessis and what's going to be a close one. Yeah, I know DDP fought Soldic and got brutally KO'd. He won the first fight, got KO'd in the second. But note something. That was years ago. That was at 170. You really can't judge him from that moment. Strickland is miles ahead of Izzy grappling-wise, and Strickland was getting taken down. Fair point for sure. I think the key time takedowns are going to be a massive aspect into, potentially DDP getting a win, which I'm calling, but I'm just recognizing the truth. It's not an easy fight. DDP's gas tank is off the chain. He's got the physical strength and grappling advantage. Adesanya is the better striker from distance, but DDP is a relentless pressure fighter, and I think he can make Israel Adesanya very uncomfortable here. Gavin O. Uzmaki, thank you for the 5. What we saying with the DraftKings double chance? DDP by decision or Izzy by KO, TKO plus 120? Love the videos. By the way, keep it up. Yo, Gavin, I appreciate you. Do it. I like that. I like the double chance. At plus 120, I think there is a chance. It's a live chance. I like it. I heard Adesanya say he started eating breakfast. I think that explains the body transformation. Case closed. Yeah, he started eating breakfast. He started adding a protein shake a day in. That's why he got so jacked in such a short period of time. Of course, bro. Come on. Of course. He would never take anything. The gyno bender. We've seen it before. That's all I'm saying. We've seen it before. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's late night live, but that's not all from me tonight. What I have is an absolute banger video waiting in the wings that I am going to drop in a minute. But before I drop it, I just have to say a couple things. At 4 a.m., the press conference is taking place. You may see my face at 4 a.m. if I'm feeling the heat, if I'm feeling the goods, if I'm feeling that savage inside. Okay? You may see it. You may see it. It's live to happen. Either way, I promise you this. The worst case scenario video that I'm dropping should be pretty fucking enjoyable. I don't think you'll dislike it. I'm jealous of his genetics, dog. I'm jacked myself. I'm not jealous of Adesanya. I think Adesanya is a gem. Shit, he's 6'4". He's got a head over me. He's a UFC champion. There is no jealousy. But what I'm discussing is potential causes for massive physical changes. All I'm saying is don't live under a rock. Don't live in the fairy tale world. Yes, he's got some fucking good genetics. He's a UFC champion. He's got an 80-inch reach and he's 6'4" for sure. But he's put on more muscle in this period of time than he did going up to the light heavyweight division. I don't know. It's something we have to at least consider. It's a possibility, maybe. But guys, never say I'm jealous, dog. I work out every day. I'm happy with my gains. It ain't jealousy. I'm just telling you guys what I know from lifting for a long time. When you see people gain 5 pounds of muscle quick and lose body fat, a lot of times it means there's something else being injected, than just, adrenaline and anger. But either way, what I have dropping for you guys is the worst case scenario. It's a best case scenario, though, that I discussed too. But a worst case scenario, UFC 305, I'm dropping it right now. So if you want, which you should, go check it out. It's a new series, and I always appreciate the feedback. This is episode number 3 of a worst case scenario UFC card, and I think it's definitely worth a watch. It's about 18 plus minutes of absolute savagery. And definitely in the comments, give me some feedback and opinions. I always enjoy what the people got to say. There's the bicep flex at the end, bro. There's the flex, bro. The gains at the end. I appreciate you savages for tuning in. Much love to each and every one of you. I love you all. I'm going to be dropping the heat constantly. Thank you for over 200 likes. I'll see you guys for the Fight Companion weigh-in show tomorrow. Also, definitely going to try to do a weigh-in reaction live stream as well. So even if there's not a press conference reaction at 4 a.m., I decide to sleep a little extra. I promise you got a live stream tomorrow as well as the weigh-in recap show. And listen, you got 18 minutes of enjoyment with the worst case scenario UFC 305 video, which I have pinned in the comments. So smash your likes on the way out. If you're brand new, subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in and check out the latest vid. Please watch it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good night, you savages. Big W's. Bye-bye.